What is going on, Raptors Nation? Luca here, back with another video. And in this one, I wanted to do a quick bit about the Raptors' potential starting lineup. I know there's been a lot of talk about what the Raptors are going to do with their starters. So in this one, we're going to take a look at that. Before we dive right into it, if you could please do me a solid, hit a like on the video. It does help it a ton. And please subscribe to the channel for more Raptors content just like this. I just dropped the newest edition of the Raptors Nation podcast the other day with special guest, former Raptors 905 player Dwayne Otis. So go check that out if you haven't already. And yeah, we are going to dive into this one. So, what are the Raptors going to do with their starters? What is going to be the Raptors starting lineup for opening day? As we know, the Raptors will take on the Minnesota Timberwolves in their season home opener. And I'm very excited to see what these rotations are going to look like under new head coach Darko Rajakovic. And we'll see how much he can get out of this current roster. So, first things first, I mean, we know the guaranteed starters are going to be number one, Jakob Poeltl. The Raptors brought back Poeltl this past offseason. He will be the team's starting center. And then, of course, Pascal Siakam has not been traded to this point. He's going to be a starter. He's going to be alongside his good friend, Jakob Poeltl. And then OG Anunoby will be starting as well. Those are the three guaranteed starters of this Raptors starting lineup. It's the backcourt that could get interesting. What are the Raptors going to do? Are they going to go with a big lineup and start Scotty Barnes at the point and have Gary Trent Jr. slated right next to him in that shooting guard position? Or are the Raptors going to have Dennis Schroeder at point guard and then bring Gary Trent Jr. from off the bench? Because they're definitely not going to bench Scotty Barnes. So those are basically the options the Raptors are faced with. And when you take a look at Dennis Schroeder, he has been doing a good job for his home country in Germany. He has been looking good in some of the FIBA World Cup games that we've seen him play in, the exhibition games, and of course the opener. Germany did defeat Japan, and Schroeder actually looked good. He had 15 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 block shots. So if the Raptors do go with Schroeder, they'll have a more traditional point guard. But if the Raptors go with Scotty Barnes, they will have this very big lineup. And I know a lot of people don't believe in Scotty Barnes being the team's point guard because they think he's too slow. He's not good off the pick and roll. He doesn't handle the ball well enough to be a point guard, doesn't shoot the ball well enough to be a team starting point guard. But Scotty Barnes, he sees himself as a point guard. He played point guard in college. He's shown flashes that he can run an offense. And it'll be interesting to see what the Raptors do with Scotty. If he is, in fact, the team's starting point guard, are they going to have Scotty Barnes handle the ball at all times? Or is he just going to be attacking off rebounds and in transition? So what I ultimately think the Raptors are going to do, I do think they're going to roll big here. I think they are going to experiment with point Scotty. I'm interested to see this take place. I think they will roll out Scotty Barnes, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, and Jakob Poeltl. And here's the thing. The Raptors haven't had a legitimate backup point guard in a very long time. And if you go big with Scotty running the point, you'll have Dennis Schroeder come off the bench as a legitimate backup point guard and as his team's sixth man. And we know Dennis Schroeder can inject life right away. He did a good job with the Lakers last season into their playoff run. And Dennis Schroeder, he's a capable contributor. I know Dennis Schroeder is going to come into games and he's going to right away make an impact. Whether he gets inside and he sets up his teammates, he's got the quickness to blow by defenders, or he finds his offense, Dennis Schroeder will definitely be useful in that sixth-man backup point guard role. So I do think the Raptors are ultimately going to give this a go. I do think they're going to start Scotty Barnes at point, Gary Trent Jr. I think he's going to have a starter's role, and I'm excited to see what Gary Trent Jr. is going to do under new head coach Darko Rajakovic because, of course, he and Nick Nurse had a little bit of a rift. Nick Nurse called him out. Gary Trent Jr. was then benched for the latter portion of the season. So I think Gary Trent Jr. is a starter. Darko is going to get the most out of him. So, yeah, I can see the Raptors rolling the big lineup of Scotty, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, Jakob Poeltl, and then have Dennis Schroeder as that first guy off the bench leading that second unit. And by the way, that second unit could potentially be pretty solid for the Raptors. You're going to have Grady Dick. Is Otto Porter Jr. going to be back? You got McDaniels. Obviously, you got Precious Achiuwa, Chris Boucher, Koloko. Is he going to get more playing time under Darko Rajakovic? So the Raptors' second unit could be good. And I think Dennis Schroeder would do an excellent job if he does, in fact, lead that second unit. But That's just my perception of how I see things at this point. Of course, we don't know for certain what the Raptors are going to do. But yeah, let me know, Raptors Nation. What starting lineup would you like to see the Raptors run out there? Do you want to see them go big with Scotty Barnes being the point and give it a go with him running things? Or do you think the Raptors should go with a more traditional point guard with Dennis Schroeder and have Gary Trent Jr. come off the bench? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and we will see how the Raptors ultimately position themselves going into this 2023-2024 season. Hit a like and subscribe on your way out. This is Lucas signing off. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, stay safe.